Start reading about Mokele-mbembe. Scientists, National Geographic people have spotted this brontosaur-like thing in the Congo.
65 million years ago, a catastrophic event wiped out nearly 3/4 of all life on Earth, including the mighty dinosaurs. Yet across the globe, people keep reporting sightings of creatures that look suspiciously prehistoric. Could dinosaurs still be roaming the Earth today? Let's find out. From the silent waters of Scotland, the trail winds into the dense, steaming jungles of Central Africa, where reports of something far more terrifying lurk. Deep in the Casai Valley of the Congo, hunters and villagers have long spoken of a colossal predator they call Casai rex. A creature with scales, claws, and a head like a reptile from another age. Accounts describe it as larger than a crocodile moving with the speed of a big cat, yet unmistakably reptilian. Its most chilling detail? Witnesses say it hunts elephants, dragging carcasses into the river. In 1932, a Swedish hunter claimed to have encountered the beast and even photographed its body before officials allegedly seized the negatives. The image, now lost, is said to have shown a carcass eerily resembling a Tyrannosaurus rex, half buried in the mud. Skeptics dismiss the Casai rex as myth or mistaken identity, yet the Congo Basin remains one of the least explored regions on Earth. A vast expanse of swamps and jungles larger than Western Europe. Fossils of Cretaceous-era species have been uncovered not far from where sightings continue today, suggesting that some ancient lines of life may have found a way to endure. If true, the Casai rex isn't just another mystery, it's a living contradiction, a reminder that extinction may not always mean the end. From Papua, the trail leads north, far north, to the icy waters of Scotland, where another prehistoric shadow is said to stir. Loch Ness has always been wrapped in mist and myth, but beneath its still surface, science itself has started to whisper the unthinkable. Over the decades, sonar scans have revealed enormous moving shapes deep within the loch, some stretching over 30 feet. These aren't random blips, they move with purpose, diving and resurfacing in patterns too deliberate for debris or illusion.
Oh my God!
In 2020, researchers conducted one of the most comprehensive DNA surveys ever done on the loch. Most results were expected: fish, eels, microorganisms, but hidden among them were unidentified genetic sequences that matched no known species. Witnesses described long necks breaking the surface, ripples too wide for any known fish, and hums beneath the sonar that seemed to pulse like a heartbeat. Even submarine footage has caught silhouettes resembling plesiosaurs, marine reptiles believed to have vanished 65 million years ago. Skeptics call it folklore, but if the Congo swamps can hide creatures like Mokele-mbembe and Papua's skies can shelter leathery winged relics of the past, then perhaps Loch Ness is more than a legend. If you've made it this far, you're clearly not the type to dismiss mysteries at first glance. So take a second to subscribe, because what's coming next will make you question everything you thought you knew about extinction. From the misty jungles of Africa to the open waters of the Pacific, the evidence doesn't seem to stop resurfacing, sometimes quite literally. In 1977, the Japanese fishing vessel Zuiyo Maru made a discovery that would ignite global headlines. While trawling off the coast of New Zealand, the crew hauled in a massive decaying carcass, 32 feet long, with a long neck, 4 large flippers, and no dorsal fin. To the stunned fishermen, it looked unmistakably like a plesiosaur, a marine reptile believed to have gone extinct 65 million years ago.
On the 25th at about 10:30, we noticed something big caught in the nets. It was a red, fleshy object which smelled very strongly. We didn't know what it was, so I went for my camera and flash gun.
Photos and tissue samples were quickly taken before the carcass was discarded back into the sea due to the smell. The images caused an uproar in Japan, with newspapers declaring it proof that prehistoric creature still lives. Even the Japanese government held a press conference, briefly labeling the find a Kaichu Kyoryu, sea dinosaur. Subsequent tests suggested the tissue might belong to a decayed basking shark, yet the results were never definitive. Marine biologists pointed out that the carcass's proportions, especially its elongated neck and distinct limb structure, did not fully match any known shark. Some samples also showed a collagen composition inconsistent with modern species. Decades later, the Zuiyo Maru carcass remains one of the most debated marine mysteries on record, a tantalizing hint that perhaps the ancient rulers of the seas never truly vanished, only sank deeper into the abyss. While the swamps of Congo guard whispers of dinosaurs on land, the skies above Papua New Guinea tell a story just as strange. Since World War II, reports of enormous winged creatures, described as having leathery skin, elongated beaks, and tails tipped with a glowing light, have surfaced again and again. Allied soldiers stationed in the region called them dragons. Locals call them Ropen. In 1944, an American pilot flying over Bougainville Island claimed to have seen a creature with a 20-foot wingspan gliding silently beneath the clouds. Decades later, biologist Evelyn Cheeseman documented native accounts of giant birds that weren't birds at all. They had no feathers. Modern witnesses tell similar tales. Missionaries, pilots, and fishermen across Papua still report glowing shapes soaring over cliffs and coasts at night. Some recent drone footage appears to show massive dark silhouettes circling over forest canopies, too large to be bats or birds. Even Alaskan bush pilots have described near-identical creatures over mountain passes, suggesting this species, or something like it, might be more widespread than once believed. If the Ropen truly exists, then extinction isn't history, it's a myth we keep telling ourselves. And if winged giants rule the skies, then what stirs beneath the dark waters of Scotland's Loch Ness might prove even more unsettling. In the dense, uncharted wilderness of the Congo Basin lies Lake Telle, a place untouched by time. Locals call the creature that rules these waters Mokele-mbembe, meaning the one who stops the flow of rivers. Descriptions passed down through generations speak of a gray, long-necked giant with a whip-like tail, eerily similar to a brontosaurus. Early explorers in the 1900s dismissed these tales as tribal folklore until missionaries and French biologists began recording eerily consistent eyewitness accounts. In the 1980s, a Japanese team launched an expedition using sonar equipment, capturing unexplained underwater movements larger than any known animal in the region. Dr. Roy McCall from the University of Chicago even returned with casts of massive footprints and evidence of crushed vegetation, signs of something big and herbivorous. Then in 2021, satellite footage revealed rippling disturbances cutting across remote Congo waterways, in areas no boats could reach. Whatever it was, it moved with purpose and size. If a dinosaur still walks this earth, it might just be here, hidden beneath the emerald canopy of Africa's last unexplored frontier. And if that stirs your curiosity, wait until you hear what pilots in Papua New Guinea have seen gliding through the skies. In the vast wilderness of Alaska and the mist-covered ranges of the Pacific Northwest, witnesses continue to speak of something prehistoric soaring above the treetops, a creature they call the Thunderbird. But unlike native legends that once tied the name to spiritual birds of lightning, modern reports describe something far stranger, a reptilian being with bat-like wings, leathery skin, and wingspans stretching over 20 feet. In the 1970s, several Alaskan bush pilots claimed to have encountered massive gliding figures shadowing their aircraft. One described it as a living fossil, a pteranodon with muscle. Sightings continued through the 2000s, with villagers in southwest Alaska and parts of British Columbia reporting creatures so large they blocked out the sun for seconds as they passed overhead.
A remarkable eyewitness account of a thunderbird was reported, and they witnessed something they believed to be the same size as their plane, some kind of massive unknown flying creature.
Skeptics argue these are misidentified eagles or storms playing tricks on the eyes, yet the accounts share uncanny similarities: reptilian skin, elongated beaks, and wings without feathers. Even fossil records show that pterosaurs once dominated this region's prehistoric skies. Could some have adapted, surviving deep within the mountain valleys or remote tundras, avoiding human contact for millennia? While many stories of living dinosaurs remain clouded in speculation, one case shattered disbelief completely: the rediscovery of the coelacanth. For over 65 million years, scientists believed this ancient lobe-finned fish had vanished alongside the dinosaurs. Its fossils marked the end of an era until 1938, when a South African trawler pulled one up alive from the depths near the Chalumna River. The world of paleontology was stunned. What had been a fossil in textbooks was suddenly a fresh, breathing creature. The coelacanth wasn't just a survivor, it was a time traveler. Its body design, identical to its prehistoric ancestors, features limb-like fins eerily similar to early land animals, hinting at evolution's first experiments with walking. For decades, it was thought to be a one-off miracle until 1997, when another living population was discovered off the coast of Indonesia, proving the species had quietly persisted in 2 distant oceans. What makes this discovery remarkable isn't just its defiance of extinction, it's the reminder that deep below the surface, ancient life can still thrive unseen. If a creature as old as the coelacanth could evade human detection for millions of years, who's to say larger and more elusive species, perhaps even prehistoric reptiles, aren't still out there, hidden within the dark folds of the sea? Maybe dinosaurs never left. Maybe they just learned to hide. If that thought gives you chills, subscribe and turn on notifications, because what we uncovered next might finally reveal the truth behind these living fossils.